Hello everyone, it's SilverLimey79 here. Welcome to Coin to Coin. It's the weekly show where we obviously showcase the coins that arrive from my fellow subscribers. I did a unpackaging yesterday, and the first coins to be on show were donated from this man here, Ancient Numismatics. I'm going to put his details in the description, so please take a look. Subscribe this man. He's based in the UK. He sent through some very nice selection of South African coins. So South Africa is the country we're going to be focusing on. So I'm going to just put his flag here. We're going to take a look now. And then we've also got some great contributions. Sandovi, Alex Coinroll Hunter. So let's take a look and see what countries we have. So maybe we can see South Africa based here, obviously in the southern point of Africa, hence why it's called South Africa. Obviously there's a large selection of countries still available. We're going to head round here. We've got South America and obviously Europe as well. But yeah, we're going to focus on this country here. We're going to go into some detail in regards to the currency. Right, so he sent through a couple of bits. Now, South Africa's currency dates back to the Dutch times, probably 1650s. They used Rixdollars, or Rixdollars, which would have been the Dutch money. They would have used that back then. Probably would have pretty much used anything of silver value, but obviously being a Dutch colony at that stage. The English arrived much later on, from about the 1800s. Might have just been just before the 1800s, but majority of the time, once they'd taken possession of South Africa for the second time, obviously they started to use what have been sterling coins, but there was no official coinage in South Africa until much later on down the line. So I've got some stuff here which has come from Ancient Numismatics. Let's get my gloves on here. Okay, we've got this lovely 1 penny they sent through. This is a George the 6th. It's 1941. It's got the usual sail, the sailing ship. I've seen that on numerous other coins of the Commonwealth. It's got South Africa and Zuid-Afrika there on the other side, which is Afrikaans. And then you've got the value there of 1D, which would have been 1 penny. You can see the effigy, George the 6th on the back. Very nice piece, 1941. We're going to move on to 1956. So here we go. This is a 2 shilling or 2.5 shilling piece. It's got the coat of arms there of South Africa. Obviously crowned coat of arms, so that would signify the crown. Queen Elizabeth II, 1956. You got South Africa detail there, 2.5 shillings. I suppose one could say it was 2 shillings 6pence. Zuid-Afrika on the right. Each of the, funny enough, in regards to the crest here, each of those images would represent a colony of South Africa back in the back in its day. There's the effigy. Obviously this would be the first effigy, Queen Elizabeth II. We'll move on now to lovely threepence. This would have been de-silver, or what do you call it, demonetized. There we go. Sorry, just getting it right there, 1957. Would have been the protea leaf here. I'm not sure what those would be, maybe bars, something like that. You got 3 pence there. The same English and Afrikaans writing, dated 1956. It's a very small piece. This would have also been called a tikkie by the local South Africans. Elizabeth II on the back. You can see nice bit of rim detail there. We move on to decimal coinage. This is 1966. So back in 1960 and 61, South Africa became a republic out of the Commonwealth. So obviously they proceeded their first decimal coinage in 61, which lasted until 64. which was the initial swap over. So they would denominate crowns. The 5 shilling piece would be a 50-cent piece. The 2 and 6 piece would be a 20-cent piece, and so on, just so people could get used to the new coinage. So, and then in 65 they came out with the new coinage, which is depicted here. So you've got South Africa, 1966, and then you've got Jan van Riebeeck. That would have been the image. So you can see there, it's obviously just the 20 cents, and then it would have had a protea, some kind of image related to South Africa. 20 cents back in 1966 would have probably given you about 20 US cents, funny enough. The exchange ratio was, I think it was 2 rand to 1 pound back then. And we got some, there's a 1982, this is a 1 cent. It's depicted there with 2 birds on it. That's the value of 1 cent. These are no longer minted anymore. South African rands devalued drastically, so they no longer use small change. So the 1 and 2 cent pieces no longer exist, and the smallest value you'll get is a 5 cent piece. Move on to 1988. This is the last piece that I got from Silver Numismatics. Ancient Numismatics, and we've got here, this is the latest one. So we have the 1988. Again, the coinage changed after this, so this would have been sort of latest issue. South Africa there on the left, South Africa on the right. You've got the coat of arms of South Africa here in the middle, and then you can still make out the crest in the middle there is similar to that 2.5 shilling that I sent you. So the 4 images there in the middle of the crest match up with the earlier issue. Nice lustre on that. Again, not worth particularly much nowadays, but it does look quite nice. A bit of damage there at the top. Ancient Numismatics, thank you very much for sending that in. I've got one more piece to show you there. This was a 1 rand. This is a silver 1 rand I've had for a very long time. This was issued in 1969. It's 800 fineness in pure silver, or should I say 800 fineness of silver. It depicts the South African coat of arms here, 1 rand in value. It's a very nice coin. I've had it for a very long time. I think they minted about 12,000 of these, so again, unusually you don't really see them that often. This is not. This is demonetized, so you can't use the old South African currency anymore. So they've obviously got in the latest coins. 1969. This fella here depicted on the back here is Mr. Dongas, Dr. Dongas. I'm not sure in regards to his detail. Very nice rim detailing. The coin is basically a U detail. Nice lustre. I can't see any major issues or scratches and that on it. I've looked after it quite well. I think this is about $11 worth of silver currently in this piece. Very nice. And that brings the episode to an end. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to doing the next episode next week. We're going to be featuring some more coinage that arrived. Again, thank you all very much for watching. For those that want to send something in, drop me an email here, silverlimey79@gmail.com. There you go. Drop me an email if you're interested in sending something through. I'm going to include at the end of the video, I'll include all the other previous ones there, so you're welcome to go and check out the previous coin to coins. And again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, everybody.